Hello, and welcome to another day of Bhagavad Gita Sadhana. It's going to be a fun day. I don't know if you'll be able to hear them, but the squirrels are having a big throwdown behind me in the trees. They're not happy with each other. Maybe it's due to the fact that the oak tree already has so many acorns, and there's a heated competition for these juicy little delights. Well, that kind of feeds into what we're talking about today. I'm so excited I can't stop. What we're talking about today from Bhagavad Gita, a wonderful book written centuries ago that's still applicable to our lives. And as many of you know, I've done my own translation of this book. I was so struck by it. I wanted to do it to deepen my understanding. And one of the things that really smote me as I was translating is the importance of nuance, trying to find just the right word in my native tongue to convey as best I could the spirit of the original language of Sanskrit. And we can see this in our own lives. There are words that kind of mean the same thing, but have different shades. And depending on which one you choose, you can really influence people's perceptions. Well, we've been looking at Samatvam, this ability to remain the same. And the Gita gives us so many good guidelines. If you can stay the same, whether it's cold or hot, which is one of the reasons I've been doing the practice outside here in northeastern Ohio, where today it's like being in a shower. It's 94% humidity. Woo! So we could also say being the same, doing the same, anchoring yourself in the same spiritual bedrock, whether it's wet or dry. We've looked at other verses where it's even things like being the same to friends and foes. And having been watching the Olympics and enamored by them, I thought about that this morning for a couple reasons. And one is friends and foes. As I've been watching the Olympics, what I've seen is instead of people losing, if you're at the Olympics, you're a winner, all right. But losing that particular match, and the winners and the losers are generally very friendly to each other, embracing, congratulating each other. And that strikes me because I got also a wonderful picture this morning from Jane, thank you, another yoga teacher, a picture of some of her students, I believe, where she teaches yoga. And when that came in, I'm like, I have no idea what to do for a theme today. But I saw that this morning, like, that's it. It's this whole idea of competition versus cooperation. It's so easy when we're in a particular business, like say yoga instruction, to see other yoga instructors as competition. I have to get more students than they do. I have to have, um, the nicer studio. I have to have the more devoted following. I have to get more money. And how do I do that? Well, maybe if I put down the other yoga teacher, but my experience is it doesn't work like that. The more we support each other, the more everything grows. Um, and actually, if we learn to see competitors the same as we would allies, we can realize that they are at the heart one and the same thing. Just think if you were an aspiring Olympic athlete and you had, nobody even near in your class. And I know you could be watching the Olympics and saying there are some people that there's nobody even near them, but how many of these contests are decided by, a thousandths of a second or hundredths of a point? It's just amazing. So we might not see them as close, but without those competitors, the ones who triumph are not pushed to keep being their best selves and to keep developing. I mean, look how much the sport of gymnastics has developed, from simple routines to all these really complex things that you think no human being could possibly do. And that's because keep pushing, keep pushing. So, one of the things I'd invite you to do today is to look at someone that you see as a competitor. And can you also see how they could be your ally? Because we tend to act differently toward people we view as competitors, right? Ruthless, squish them, be nasty to them, versus allies. Oh, let's figure out how to work together for the greater growth of all. So that's my invitation today. And dedication today is to Jane and Breathe Alive Studio, to the many wonderful yoga teachers out there who are spreading good work and comfort and ease, especially to people who are having a happy day like Roger. I hope yesterday was a happy birthday. Who, I don't want to miss anybody. Who else? Oh, Cathy, safe travels. And then on a more serious note, also, um, love and support to David and Sue. So yoga can support us through ups and downs. And my feeling is the more people that are exposed to yoga, whatever we call it other things, but the more people exposed to these principles, the better. The trash is here. It's a good time for us to do our practice. Let's go. See, I could have viewed the trash man as my competitors for your attention, but they're going to help us focus. Yeah. Switch. All right. So today, let's contemplate where might we see competitors where we could see allies. This can be in any realm of life: professional, personal, spiritual. 5 minutes. Start coming back from your contemplation. Wonderful. The Gita, at its essence, is about the relationship you have with yourself, because ultimately that's either our greatest competitor, our little ego, against our true self, or our biggest cooperator. May you find nothing but allies today. And I hope we can connect again tomorrow. Until then.